Are you wondering if you should focus on creating audiobooks, either for yourself or for others? There is a lot of potential money to be made in the audiobook industry if you have the right training. Let's take a look at some of the hard data to get a clearer picture on how the audiobook industry continues to grow and what potential there may be if you decide to start creating audiobooks. First off, in case you were unaware, the audiobook industry is growing rapidly and has continued to do so since 2011. In fact, for 9 straight years, the audiobook industry has continued to see double-digit growth. In 2020, audiobook publishers' revenue grew by 12% to $1.3 billion in the United States alone. The audiobook industry is projected to increase to $15 billion by 2027, according to grandviewresearch.com. That is some significant growth. What other industry is growing like that right now? Did you know that in 2021, approximately 131 million people listened to an audiobook? To put that in perspective, that's about 46% of those 12 and older in the United States. Wow, that's a lot of people, isn't it? And while I'm talking about people, it's important to know some of the demographics of those that typically listen to audiobooks. Approximately 56% of audiobook listeners are under the age of 45, according to data released by the Audio Publishers Association. It should be noted here that audiobooks are most popular with adults, specifically between the ages of 30 and 49 years old. Furthermore, audiobook listenership tends to be higher among women than men and more popular with higher income families, according to a Statista.com 2019 survey. Since 2017, daily audiobook consumption has grown 71%. Membership in audiobook services has also increased, with 38% of listeners indicating they subscribe to at least one such service. Not only has membership increased, but time spent listening to audiobooks has increased as well. For the 3rd year in a row, more than 50% of audiobook listeners say they are making new time to listen to audiobooks and are consuming more books. But why is audiobook consumption increasing? It is reported that 70% of audiobook consumers agree that audiobooks are a good choice for relaxing. Others indicate other reasons for choosing to listen to audiobooks, such as reducing screen time. In fact, 67% of listeners agree that one of the reasons they enjoy listening to audiobooks is to reduce their screen time, which ironically could help them relax more. Yet, the top 3 reasons why people enjoy listening to audiobooks are: 1. 81%. They can do other things while listening. 2. 80%. They can listen wherever they are. 3. 75%. Audiobooks are portable. As more people were working from home in 2020, audiobook consumption shifted from the car to the home. In 2020, 55% of audiobook listeners listen most often at home versus 30% of those that listen most often in their car. It seems the home will continue to be the place people listen to audiobooks most often. With the advent of smart speakers, there have been more and more people using them to listen to audiobooks. Did you know that 46% of smart speaker owners have used them to listen to an audiobook? This is an increase from 31% in 2019. But what are listeners actually listening to? The most popular audiobook genres continue to be mysteries, thrillers, and suspense, with 37% of people saying they listen to that genre the most, which is up from 27% in 2018 and 31% in 2019. As you can see, the demand for audiobooks has never been higher than it is right now. However, the industry is struggling to meet the demand as audiobook narrators, rights holders, and major companies like ACX and Findaway Voices attempt to keep up with all the demand. Despite the struggle to keep up with demand, more than 71,000 audiobooks were produced in 2020. This is a 39% growth over 2019. This is the largest growth in new titles since 2015 and the highest number on record. Does all this sound like something you want to be a part of?